Hello everybody and welcome back to Geoguessr. We're playing a balanced world today. It's a map by Deborah, 3-minute limit. We do have the octagonal poles that taper up to the top. And I was looking to see if we had a car, although it doesn't really look like it. I'm thinking we're in Mexico. Well, I could be wrong. The octagonal poles, very Mexico thing, although they do exist in Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, and a few other South American countries, although they're not as common the further south you go. The sun's kind of northeast-ish, although I could also say it's south of us, which would make sense for Mexico, especially depending on when they took the pictures. The sun could be a little bit further north, could be a little bit further south, which would make it seem like it's kind of where it is. Not really finding any information. Cheapas. Not a bad region to go for. Hopefully we find a sign. Hopefully we find a telephone number. Hopefully we find something. We do have a license plate. It is on the front. That looks like... I don't even know what the fuck that looks like. No, Ox, I can tell you that much. Definitely Spanish, I believe. I don't think that's Brazil, even though they're not Brazilian telephone poles. We do find a road, but we are in the middle of nowhere here. Not yellow license plates, so there goes Brazil. We don't have black license plates. Yellow, Brazil, what the fuck am I talking about? No yellow plates, no Colombia. We didn't see the Oaxaca plate. Mini Super San Jose, that's Sol, that's a Mexican beer. This all feels like Mexico even more. Which makes me feel a little bit better about my original guess. The tropical feel to it makes me feel like Yucatan more than anything else. Although I wouldn't be surprised if we end up on something else. These are Mexican bollards, the little tiny black dot, little stripe on the bottom. That's a very good sign. We have seen those before. Which makes sense for the Mexico octagonal poles we saw in the beginning. That tapered off. The only reason we're going with the Yucatan here is because of the palm trees we saw earlier. Probably not the best clue, although it's a clue. But it's not the only region in Mexico that does have palm trees. The only reason we're not going with Baja California or the other Baja California Sur, it's too green. Baja California is pretty much a desert, but it does kind of have that tropical feel to it sometimes. Let's hope it's the Yucatan. It's the Yucatan. Space Boy, almost getting a perfect score here. I don't think we found a road number. We definitely didn't see a town name. But only 68 miles off. That's not a bad guess. Now, obviously, if we would have guessed an actual road, we would have been better. We would have been closer to the location. Although we might have gone by Chun Hub because it's a funny name. But I believe I've been over here. I've been to Tulum. I have been over here. So that's kind of cool. But I'm glad we were able to get the general region correct. Vehicle, looks like we're driving on the right-hand side. No, we're on the left-hand side. Definitely on the left-hand side. That looks like it's Indonesia. It could be Malaysia. Do we have front license plates on the motorcycle? Doesn't look like it. You know what that means? It's Malaysia. We can also look at the license plates, although that's not the best. Can I fucking go? Thank you. License plates in Indonesia and Malaysia. Malaysia only has one gap. So it will be a black license plate with a white text on one side, one gap, and then white text on the other, which is what this looks like. Indonesia, you can also see the one gap here. Indonesia has white text gap, so there's two gaps. A very good way to figure it out. And then obviously the stop sign in Malaysia, it says Barahenti. I can't pronounce it. And then in Indonesia, it says stop. Who would have thought? So we know we're in Malaysia. Throw it on down. Mainland's probably the safer bet. It doesn't feel like the island of Borneo. The island of Borneo being over here. If we're going to go with Borneo, which I don't think we should, we're going to go with the obvious Bintulu play, because Bintulu is great. Although I don't think we're going to find anything along our journey today. We do have a mountain to our north. Mountains are usually, not always, usually pretty easy to use. 013 area code, I wish I paid attention. Because I do know you can use area codes in Malaysia and Indonesia. That's just basically giving us a warning. We have Kota Belud and Keg Serusup. Probably not going to find either of them. I do know that there's more hills to the north here, so we might want to move our guess north. Kota Belud. If we could find Kota Belud, which should be to our north, we'll be fine. I don't know if it's talking about a town name, but it's under our best assumption that it is. I've never heard of a Kota over on Borneo, but I could be wrong. We only have 45 seconds. We do need to give it a quick little check, just in case there is a Kota. Fuck. That's the only Kota we've seen. Which kind of makes me think like this is the play. Kota Belund. Yeah, it is the play. There's the mountain that we see to our north, so we're probably down here. I don't see Sursup, which it should be kind of nearby. But there's Kota Belund. Shit. Why couldn't we find KG whatever? KPG Boyton? We didn't see Sarasong anywhere. Hopefully we have a good enough guess. It does end up being a little bit further to the west. What mountain were we seeing to our north? Had to be something on this island. 32 miles, that's not terrible. Carp does get a perfect score. Rummy is doing great. Black vehicle, destroyed landscape, probably going to be Russia. Probably going to be Russia. Although, something about those buildings didn't feel very Russian for a second. Don't see... There's the .dk for Denmark. I could assure you this is not Denmark. I know we've seen German trucks on the eastern end of Russia before. I know we've have. So we can't necessarily use those. Everything about this is screaming East Coast Russia to me. Like, over here, maybe even Sakhalin. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Definitely, the architecture feels Russian. The communist-style block housing feels Russian. The vehicle feels Russian. The telephone, everything feels Russian. The lack of blue on the fucking license plates. The next thing we're gonna find is Cyrillic, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, I told you it was gonna be Russia. Crosswalk, that's Russia, Ukraine, or Estonia. And if it's the Ukraine, it's the city of Donetsk. And the city of Donetsk doesn't have water to its north. So that's out of the question. I don't think it's Estonia. Estonia doesn't have a black vehicle. It has to be Russia. Has to be East Coast Russia. It's not Kamchatka. There's no volcanoes. It's rather flat. If we would have saw like a mountain peak or something, maybe we could justify going Kamchatka. We don't. So Sakhalin, we're keeping it near there. It definitely feels built up like it's a city of sorts. Definitely has a decent population here. I don't know if Sakhalin has a big town anywhere. There was water to our north. Let's go... Pilvov. I don't fucking know. Our likely case, probably over here. Maybe... could it be Vladivostok? Fuck it. It's built up. It's built up enough. We have to guess a city. We're probably wrong, but I'm pretty confident we're East Coast Russia. If it ends up being Sakhalin, I told you so. But I second guess myself way too much when I'm playing this game. Way too much. Because there's so many places that just, they look similar. Like, this feels East Coast Russian. There's the Cyrillic. We're just gonna fucking guess. Vladivostok. Sakhalin. Fucking told you so. Fucking told you so. I knew it. Why did I doubt what I was convinced of? Why did I do it? Why did I do it? Gen 2 coverage, probably France. Just feels French. H90, that's not helpful. We don't want to be stuck in a residential area. This is the only way out. We're probably gonna find a D road before we find anything else. Hier vak ik. What the fuck? Not the way we wanted to go. Why does that not feel like a French pole? And what was that language we encountered? Clearly, it was something we are not used to. Could this be like a weird, one of those native Spanish languages? I forget what they're fucking called. We do find a road. We do have license plates. We do have blue on them. Makes sense. Could it be a weird Spain, Portugal? No, it cannot. You know why? It's a weird Belgium. We have red on the license plates. It makes sense. We have the language. Makes sense. It makes sense for why we thought it was France at first. They're pretty similar, especially near the border, which is probably where we are. A lot of brick houses, which is another sign of Belgium. And honestly, I don't know a lot about Belgium. I know it exists. I know how to tell that you're in Belgium. But once you're in Belgium, I don't really know how to go about it. I know that we can use phone numbers in France, but I haven't really paid attention to phone numbers in Belgium. There's the .be for Belgium, or Benin. We've been a long-standing member of this community. We have Oostergere and Bruges, and that's Bruges, which is over here, and Ostend, which is over here. So somewhere, that's to our west. Let's choose a random city. Let's go and stick it in Hoogstraat. Why not? It's pointing us to Bruges and Oosterend, and you know what? That's more than enough. More than enough. It ends up being further south, 15 miles though. That's not bad. Rumi, again, killing it, but it looks like we're currently in second place overall, even with our terrible, terrible guesses. Can we break 1,000 points here? It's the United States. We might be able to pull it off. Although Rumi's probably going to beat us here. A 780 area code with a weird fucking license plate. I hate it here. No fronts. Definitely feels more Western. 780. Where the fuck is 780? Why do I want to guess Idaho? I'd rather find a U.S. state sign, to be honest. Financing all new 2014s. No, thank you. That says... Weto Skewin? What the fuck? Hot tubs for that hot tub stream. I've never heard of a town called this. Petrol Canada. What the fuck? Tim Hortons. What the fuck? Well, that makes sense for why I've never heard of it. Shit. How does it feel? How does it feel? Feels rather flat, feels rather open. So it's not gonna be British Columbia. It could be a weird, although probably not, Alberta. I don't think it's Saskatchewan. There's too many people here and there's not green on the license plates. Ontario uses blue on their license plate. Quebec has blue on their license plate. I don't think... Fuck. Wetaskiwin. Can we find that from a distance? From a distance, Wetaskiwin. A weird fucking Alberta. A weird Saski. A weird Manitoba. No. Our best bet... Ooh, did we just pass our best bet? Find town names? Alberta Museum. It is a weird Alberta. All right. Wetaskiwin. We found it. Return to start. We are out of town on a east-west road heading in. Maybe 56th Ave by the lake park? No, there's no lake north of us. 13? No, there's no airport north of us. Choose a random fucking road. I don't fucking care. We have the right town. That's all that matters. All that matters. Wetaskiwin. There was no lake to the north of us. Are you fucking kidding me? We had our guess right there. We had our guess right fucking there. There was no lake. There was no lake. We won. I don't know how, but we won. Actually, our worst guess ends up being Russia, and we even called it with Sakhalin. Even called it. Everything else, we did fairly decent in. We didn't do the best in. We did fairly decent. Rumi coming in second, 20,067. Carp in third, not that far behind, 19,894. Arseny in fourth, 19,266. Mr. Yog in fifth. Went with Quebec. But I can tell you played non-moving, and you rushed it, 17,831. Tresmint in 6th, 17,710. Bo in 7th, 17,179. Scribbles in 8th, 14,844. Screenshot the World in 9th, 10,620. Tin in 10th, 10,441. Palufak in 11th, 8714. And Yal Nunez in 12th, 6617. Yeah, a little bit of confusion here and there. It looks like Russia really killed a few people. Malaysia did a few. Belgium did a few. And it looks like most people did guess Canada and Mexico correctly, although there were a few stragglers. Could be worse. Could be better. If only we guessed Sakhalin. If only we fucking guessed Sakhalin. But that's going to be where we call for the day, so thank you all so much for being here. I hope you all enjoyed. If you were not on stream earlier, we added Pitcairn and the Galapagos to GeoTips. So 2 new islands that you are able to now learn and use to, I don't know, get better at the game. But that's going to be where we call it. So thank you all so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you guys all over on Twitch tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. If not, we'll have another video for you guys on Wednesday. If you want to play along, you will find the links to each video in the description. However, the links you will find are for the next episode. If you want to play the link as you watch, you will have to go back a video and grab the link to play it that way. But until then, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.